Good day, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world of rugby, and welcome from me, Hendrik Fourie, in the not so sunny city of Joburg today in South Africa, where I discuss all things rugby that's interesting to me from my perspective, from a South African perspective, of course. And just a note that whenever I give any match times for any matches, it is purely from a South African perspective. So if you're watching from anywhere else in the world, please check your local times for that. Today, we're just going to have a short podcast. I'm talking about the weekend schedule. We'll give a bit of a preview on South African matches, and of course, the final round of the Guinness Men's Six Nations Rugby. So, if we look ahead at the weekend schedule, from a South African point of view, last weekend we started with the what is called the SA Cup. That's a provincial competition for all of the provincial teams in South Africa that's not part of the URC. That's in order for them to qualify for the Currie Cup later this year. So if we just look at the match schedule for that quickly, Friday, that's today, we've got the Leopards v the Toyota Cheetahs at 6:30 tonight. We've got the Ailing Pumas v Eastern Province from Kabeja at 7 o'clock tonight. And then tomorrow we've got the Falca v Suzuki Griquas. That's at Barnard Stadium in Kempton Park, my alma mater, my hometown. We've got the Border Bulldogs v SWD Eagles at 3:30 tomorrow. That's going to be played in East London, the coastal town of East London. And then on Sunday, Sanlam Boland Cavaliers versus the Griffins at 4 o'clock at the Boland Stadium in Wellington. And as I said, these teams are playing to qualify for the Currie Cup later this year. From a URC perspective, there are there's three matches that seems to be matches that had been postponed from earlier this year that they are catching up on. Firstly, tonight it's Connacht v Scarlets, 9:45 South African time tonight at the Dexcom Stadium. Then at the same time, it's Embra v Ulster, also at 9:45 at the Hive Stadium in Edinburgh tonight. And then tomorrow, from a South African perspective, of course, the biggie, the Bulls versus the Stormers, 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, South African time at Loftus in Pretoria. That's going to be a serious match. So if you want to watch something to warm up for the Men's Six Nations, and if you can watch that, that's going to be something. The Stormers are on a bit of a losing streak. I think it's 4 matches in a row now that they've lost. The Bulls are resurgent. The Stormers are going to want to turn that around. So we're going to see. The Bulls are playing great rugby, but the Stormers are a really good team with some quality Springbok players in that team. And so let's keep an eye out for that. That's going to be something to watch. And then lastly, just in terms of the schedule for the Men's Six Nations, this weekend, all of the matches on Saturday. And that's why the Bulls Stormers match is early, because 4:10, it's Ireland v Scotland. And wow, there's so much to talk about in that match, but we'll get to that. 7:20, 18:40 p.m. It's Wales v Italy. And then 10:10 local time, it's going to be the championship closing match, France v England. We're going to talk about all of those Six Nations matches in a bit more detail next. Right, so first Men's Six Nations match of the weekend in Ireland v Scotland. I'm just going to run through the teams quickly, and only the starting lineups and then we'll quickly discuss the match. Number 1, Ireland, Tom O'Toole. Number 2, Dan Sheehan. 3, Tyke Furlong. 4, Joe McCarthy. 5, Tyke Burns. 6, Jack Conan. 7, Josh van der Vlier. 8, Caelan Doris. 9, Jameson Gibson Park, who, by the way, have had a really, really fantastic tournament. Number 10 is Jack Crowley. 11, Tommy O'Brien. 12, Stuart McCloskey. 13, Gary Ringrose. 14, Rob Balakoon. And 15, Jamie Osborne. If we move on to the Scottish team, and what a solid tournament. All of the entire front row of this Scottish team has had. However, for this weekend, starting is Pierre Schoeman, number 1. Number 2, George Turner. 3, Xander Fagerson. 4, Max Williamson. 5, Grant Gilchrist. 6, Matt Fagerson. 7, Rory Dodge. 8, Jack Dempsey. Number 9, backline, and this must have been the standout backline in the men's Six Nations tournament. Number 9, Ben White. 10, Finn Russell. 11, Carl Steyn. 12, Sione Tiapaluto. 13, Hugh Jones. 14, Darcy Graham. And 15, Blair Kinghorn. What a settled team, and what a revelation they have been so far. So Scotland and France are lying on number 1 and 2 on 16 points each. For Scotland to win this tournament, I mean, for either Scotland or Ireland and France, basically they've got to win with a bonus point to ensure that they're in with a chance. France and Scotland both have got 16 points, so Scotland will want to get that win with a bonus point, just to make it extra difficult for France. Ireland needs to win as well in order to leapfrog and have a hope at winning the championship. Anything is still possible. For myself, my prediction is Ireland by about 5. Scotland have been amazing, but Ireland have been, I think, a bit more consistent, but we'll see. I'm often wrong. Regardless, it's going to be an amazing match. Next up is Wales v Italy, and regardless of whether Wales are going to stay bottom of the log, they probably will win the so-called wooden spoon. Regardless of that, they've been playing really courageous rugby. They've been improving week by week, and their win has got to come. The win has really got to come. It's not far off. But let's look at the teams. It's a home match for Wales. Number 1, Reece Carey, I'm not sure. Number 2, also the captain, Dewey Lake, who also had a brilliant match last week. Number 3, Thomas Francis. 4, Dafford Jenkins. 5, Ben Carter. 6, Alex Mann. What a player. What a player. That's the kind of guy we need at my team, the Lions. Damn. He's great. I love him. 7, James Botham. 8, Aaron Wainwright. What a workhorse. What an amazing player. Love him. Number 9, Thomas Williams. 10, Dan Edwards. 11, Josh Adams. 12, Joe Hawkins. 13, Eddie James. 14, Ellis Mee. And 15, Louis Rees-Zammit. Another amazing player, and I'm sure that he's going to play a major role in the match v Italy. Italy starting lineup: number 1, Danilo Fischetti. Number 2, Giacomo Nicotera. 3, Mohamed Hassa. 4, Nicolo Canone. 5, Federico Rusa. 6, Michel Lamaro. 7, Manuel Giuliani. 8, Lorenzo Canone. Number 9, Alessandro Fuscio. 10, Paolo Garbisi. 11, Monty Ioani. 12, Tommaso Menoncello. 13, Jean Ignacio Brex. 14, Louis Liner. 15, Lorenzo Pani. Right, and as I said, that's definitely going to be a great, great match. Personally, I think that after the high of last week, where Italy beat England in an historic match, and Wales that have been knocking on that door to get that first victory now in 15 matches, I'm going to give it to Wales by 1 point. And then last up, France v England. And as I've said previously, at the beginning of the tournament, that was all the hype was the possible unofficial final that this match would have been. We now know that's not what it is anymore, except for the fact that France has got everything to play for. They would know by the time that they play what they need to do, whether they need to win by a bonus point. Their points difference is good enough to give them the championship trophy, but they still, if Scotland wins with a bonus point, France will have to win with a bonus point as well. So everything to play for there. Let's run through the teams. Number 1 for France, Jean-Baptiste Gros. 2, Julien Marchand. 3, Dorian Aldegheri. 4, Thibaut Flamand. 5, Emmanuel Mefot. 6, Francois Cross. 7, Timo Mathieu. 8, Charles Olivon. 9, Antoine Dupont. 10, Matthew Jalibert. 11, Louis Biabiare. 12, Yoram Moefana. 13, Pierre-Louis Barassi. 14, Theo Atisobe. 15, Thomas Ramos. And then for England, who's got everything to play for in terms of regaining some respect in this tournament. Number 1, Ellis Gange. 2, Jamie George. 3, Joe Hayes. 4, Maro Itoje. 5, Alex Cole. 6, Ollie Chesham. 7, Guy Pepper. 8, Ben Earl. Backline, number 9, Ben Spencer. 10, Finn Smith. 11, Caden Murley. 12, Seb Atkinson. 13, Tommy Freeman. 14, Tom Roebuck. 15, Elliot Daly. I think the hole in which England finds themselves at the moment is becoming deeper. I think Steve Borthwick has immense pressure on him, and as well as the players. And I suspect that if England don't perform really well, even if it's with a loss, but if they don't perform really well, Steve Borthwick might be in trouble. I go with France by 15 points after last week's loss. They France would want to show that was just like a pothole in the road. They're going to get back on the horse and show that what they believe is that they are the best team in the world at the moment. So let's see how that goes. But hey, sure, things happen and things are not predictable at the moment. So who knows what's going to happen. But anyways, I give it to France by 15 points. From myself, Hendrik Fourie in cloudy Johannesburg in South Africa. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope that your team wins. And I will see you at the park next to the field soon. Cheers.